have a pleasure to have Carl Strand with us, and he's going to introduce some new members, well, one new member of the team, and talk a little bit about the new culture here at Sugarloaf. Welcome. How are you?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Great to see you.
Nice to see you as well. We've got the whole crew here. Look at this.
We do.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about our new team member.
We have a new member. His name is Brent Larson. He's our new director of lifts. And we're really excited about having Brent here. Brent formerly was at Snoqualmie, where he was the vice president of operations, similar to what Crusher does here. Mm-hmm. And prior to that, he was over at Sunday River, Someday Bigger, is that what we call it? And he and I worked there for about 6 years, and he's originally from Boyne. Yeah. But we're really happy to have him. What Brent brings is attention to detail. He's really great with training staff and putting programs together, all about doing things the right way. Mm-hmm. And that's all we're trying to do this summer, about lift maintenance and safety and so forth. Mm-hmm. So we're really happy to have him here.
Seems very enthusiastic as we were chatting as well. And welcome aboard.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for those kind words, Carl.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
So, tell us a little bit about what's been keeping you busy all summer and what you've been working on.
Well, I have a 1-year-old daughter. Her name's Brooke,
yeah.
so that kept me busy. We were out in Seattle, and in July we moved back to Maine, and that was a 3,000-mile trip in the car with a 1-year-old, 2 dogs, hauling a trailer.
Yeah.
So that was pretty busy, and so I found myself unemployed for a little while, and found out that these guys were looking for some help, and so it's great to be back working with these guys, and looking forward to becoming a Sugarloafer.
There you go.
And calling this place my home.
Now you've jumped in both feet, and you've had a lot of different capital improvements and safety improvements throughout the summer. Can you share some of those with us?
Well, one was and still is the King Pine lift, and Crusher probably could talk a little bit more about that. I in particular kind of overseeing the 3 major upgrades to the Borvig lifts. Mm-hmm. And first, we're automating the emergency brake system. That allows it to go from it used to be a manual system where the lift attendant would have to pull down on a cable, mm-hmm. and now it's going to be hooked electronically to the button. So as soon as you push the button in, it kills the electricity to the brake, and the brake will close. Mm-hmm. And that was the first thing that we really needed to do before we could add on with some redundancy systems and upgrade some other systems. Mm-hmm. We have a rollback detection device that's going to ride on top of the bull wheel, and it monitors a little puck. And as soon as that puck moves out of the sensor's way, within 3 inches, it removes electricity from the emergency brake, closes the emergency brake. And there it is on the screen there. That's the rollback detection device. Sits on top of the bull wheel, and then the next slide should be the over/under speed sensor. What that does is there was a switch that it was a wheel rode on the bull wheel, and as soon as it got to a certain speed, it lifts the drop dog, and this system now will well, let me back up. That switch, we believe, is what failed in the King Pine rollback. So this eliminates that switch, and it uses a proximity switch similar to that puck device, mm-hmm. but it counts the number of spokes in the bull wheel, converts that to RPMs. When it gets to a certain RPMs, it lifts the dog up. When it slows down, it lowers the dog. So that is a brand new system from the manufacturer, so it's not mandated. We've decided to go above and beyond, mm-hmm. and put those in all of our Borvig lifts, and it just holds true to our commitment to modernization.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So we'll look forward to some of those enhancements and safety features as well. And unfortunately, we're not going to have bucksaw this year. How do you think that's going to impact things?
Well, unfortunately, I really can't speak to that.
I can answer that. One of the things we did right after the season closed is we invited a group of engineers, lift maintenance experts, and lift inspectors to come and look at all our lifts. And what they did is they did a thorough analysis of all the lifts. There was 7 of them that they looked at. And most of them, what we talked about was these upgrades that we were able to do, mm-hmm. and we're spending about $1.5 million this summer doing those upgrades. Unfortunately, there was one lift that we couldn't retrofit or upgrade, and that's bucksaw. And Crusher is going to talk a little bit about that later this afternoon, but was a bunch of challenges with Bucksaw and its age. Couldn't get the parts.
Yeah, the manufacturer has been out of business for 30 years now. The rope was beyond its useful life. The drive and the motor were beyond their useful life. The systems on the towers were antiquated, and when they condemned the rope this summer on inspection, we decided to take it out.
Yeah. Well, we are going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and talk about more of these enhancements and things that take place throughout the summer with all of our folks here and team members and our new team member. We'll take a break. We'll come right back with more here on the Mountain Report. Stay with us.
Thank you, Shipyard Export, for bringing family and friends together for over 22 years. We toast the beer that's always been there and always will be.
So you see, the server doesn't allow the HTML meta tag to link to the flash bandwidth on the blah 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 blah.
Are web developers talking over your head? Then call Cephany Interactive Media.
See, at Cephany, we know your website needs to make you money.
Save you money.
And save you time. And if it's not doing all three, then it's not working for you.
Call Cephany today.
It's not what we do, it's what we help you do. Cephany Interactive Media.
At the REI Seattle flagship store, we have a lot of customers asking questions about layering. A base layer is going to be a wool or synthetic fiber. It's going to wick moisture away while keeping you warm. A mid layer can be a puffy or even a fleece. From there we go to a shell layer. Virtually all are treated with a durable water repellent to make water bead up and roll off the fabric. With base layers, mid layers, and shell layers, you have what you need to be comfortable for a wide range of outdoor activities.
Welcome to the Timbers, Sugarloaf's most sought-after location where you can give your family a lifetime of memories. These townhomes are as connected to Sugarloaf as any ski-in, ski-out home ever will be, forever slopeside. Located just above the Super Quad and only a short walk to the Sugarloaf Village, the newest phase of homes will be ready for occupancy by next ski season. Come visit Mountainside Real Estate so you can secure your piece of the mountain today.
All right, we are back. It is the Mountain Reported and it's homecoming weekend with lots and lots of activities for you to enjoy. There's our live quad cam shot, and it is a beautiful day, but just a little bit chilly, so you want to put on a little layer here and get out and enjoy all the activities, including the Outdoor Film Festival tonight. And we have the pleasure of having Carl and Brent and Crusher with us this morning, and we're talking about some of the capital improvements and some of the things that have happened throughout the summer. And Crusher, maybe you could talk a little bit about the King Pine chair.
I can. We are replacing the terminal, the complete terminal at King Pine. We tore the old one out. It is a Doppelmayr TriStar terminal. It's going to look exactly like the one at Skyline, except minus the conveyor. We did not put the loading conveyor in, but we did design it. The foundation's designed so we can put a loading conveyor in the future, which is part of the plan. We're going to reuse the existing chairs and towers. They're fine. And we're looking at load testing are opening the lift mid-December, early to mid-December is our target. Actually, our target's sooner than that, but we're giving ourselves till mid-December to have it open to the public.
I see. That's the drop dead deadline.
It is.
Yes. Now, you have a bigger plan, a bigger picture, a 5-year plan. Maybe you could kind of lay out some of the things that you guys have been talking about in the longer term plan here.
Well, probably the most exciting one is we would like to replace the timberline lift and drop the terminal down so it's slightly downhill of Bullwinkles. And we would, because of the length of that lift, we would replace it with a detachable quad, which would be a shorter lift ride and heavier chair, so we'd get more days in the wind, and we would do some wind fencing up top too with that.
Which does work.
It's very effective.
Yeah.
It helps some of the congestion around the rest of the mountain.
Yes, it'll keep people up high. It'll be a little easier to access the summit with that lift.
Yep.
And maybe slow some congestion down at the super quad, which we're keeping an eye on as well.
Right.
You know, we want to put a loading conveyor in King Pine here sooner than later. We're looking at replacing the sawduster bottom terminal. Everybody with kids knows you have to go around Robin Hood's barn to get to the loading area. We'd like to run the lift in the opposite direction and load on the slope side, and put a modern lift in there with a hydraulic tensioning system, get rid of the counterweight and all that. Just a learn to ski experience, total upgrade.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And those are all in the 5-year plan. You don't have a time frame for these. It's just within that 5-year.
They're all in the 5-year plan.
Yeah. Now, anything else you want to share with us that you want to tell all of the viewers out there today?
Sure. You know, part of our what we're doing for the lift safety is obviously we've invested a bunch of money into capital improvements this summer. We brought on Brent for a cultural change and the emphasis on safety. What we also did is we launched a website that you can access right from our website. You just go into Mountain Report down to lifts. And in that website we have chronologically what we've been doing all summer. So there's pictures and there's information there. We also have an about, which talks about the mission of the website. There's an area there talking about each individual lift, how old they are, some specifics about them. And then there's also a spot there where you can contact us. So if you have a lift concern or a question, you can send us an email and we'll get back to you. And hopefully eventually we'll have commonly asked questions to be able to post those too.
Oh, that's great. I think that's a great way for people to,
check
go
that
and
out.
check out. Yeah, go to the website. There's a link right there. Andy's showing us right there. And you can find out any of your lift questions and also submit questions if you don't find any of the answers there already. And I think that's going to be a great service. A lot of people will be interested in checking that out.
Great.
Fantastic. We appreciate your time today. I know you got a big annual meeting coming up, and people will be anxious to see you and hear about all the new things as well. We appreciate your time, and we appreciate you coming on, and
Thanks,
congratulations to you and
Happy
the
30th
family.
to WSKI.
Hey, thank
Good
you
to
so
see
much.
you.
Thank you so much.